Class 8 Geography, Chapter 1, Resources, Natural and Human Resources. Okay, so today we are going to study about Geography, Class 8, Chapter 1, Resources. Now, what is a resource? A resource is anything which we use for like textbook, water, electricity, vegetable, auto rickshaw. These all are used or it is utilized for giving us something. Okay, so if there is some use, then it must be a resource. And the resource which gives value or worth is known as economical resource or economical value. Like we have gold, then it is have some value. But if we are talking about grandma's pickle or some recipe of grandma which is homemade, then if it is not patented, it is normally a simple resource which we eat, of course. But if it is patented, that is, and patent is a word which is used in legal terms, that is a right to exclusively done by who has invented that thing or have an idea about that thing. Okay, so this is a exclusive right which is being done by legal patent. So if the patent has done on certain resource, then it has some economical or commercial values. ठीक है, तो यूटिलिटी क्या है, यानी कि हमारे घर पे जो भी सामान है वो सारा कुछ रिसोर्स है. ठीक है, और अगर उसकी कोई वैल्यू है यानी कोई वर्थ है, जैसे इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू है, फॉर एग्जांपल गोल्ड मेटल है या एल्युमिनियम है, उसकी कोई वैल्यू है, तो हम वो रिसोर्स को ख़रीदते समय उसको पे करते हैं. बट अगर आप ग्रैंड मास पिकल है या मदर जो घर पे होममेड रेसिपीज़ बनाते हैं, तो दैट इज़ नॉट पेटेंटेड एंड it don't have any economical or commercial value. But if it is patented means उसमें एक right लग जाता है जो exclusively उस idea या उस invention के लिए होता है. For example, जैसे हमने कुछ पेटेंट करा लिए प्लांट्स, तो अब अगर उस प्लांट को ग्रो कराने की आइडिया है, तो वो हम उससे लीगल राइट है कि अगर आप उससे कमर्शियल टैक्सेस देंगे तो फिर हम आप उसे आइडिया शेयर करेंगे या इन्वेंशन को शेयर करेंगे. तो इकोनॉमिकल वैल्यू और कमर्शियल वैल्यू उसकी तब होगी जब वो पेटेंट होगा. ठीक है. अच्छा, नेक्स्ट इज रिसोर्स. तो रिसोर्स जो है ये कोई भी आइडिया, नॉलेज, इन्वेंशन, डिस्कवरी, इससे ही रिसोर्स क्रिएट हुए हैं. तो ये टाइम और टेक्नोलॉजी के अकॉर्डिंग चेंज होते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे एप्लीकेशन, टेक्नोलॉजी क्या है कि एप्लीकेशन जो लेटेस्ट नॉलेज है या जो लेटेस्ट स्किल है इन मेकिंग थिंग्स, दैट इज़ नोन एज टेक्नोलॉजी. For example, your phone is a resource, but it is from the time the telephone was there, then there was keypad phone, then now it is smartphones are there. So the technology has changed in the duration of time, and the application of latest technology, latest knowledge and skill in making things is known as technology. Now, for example, if the fire was discovered, then cooking take place. Wheel was discovered, then transportation take place. Similarly, the technological use, that is a hydroelectricity, is the best example in which the fast running water is converted in dam to produce generate amount of electricity. So that is the term hydroelectricity, which is technologically using water for the production of electricity. So we have several resources. Now we are going to study about the types of resource, the natural resource and the human resource. The natural resource can be renewable or non-renewable. Renewable means it can be reused. Okay, it is not being very much, it is not depleted, like the solar energy, the water energy, these are not depleted day by day. But if we are talking about the non-renewable source of energy, that is, we have coal, we have fossil fuel, we have petrol, these are non-renewable. It cannot be reused. For example, if you burn a coal, it cannot be reused. If you burn a petrol, okay, if you are having petrol in your vehicle and if it is burned, okay, it is not being repaired or reused. Okay, so that is the non-renewable and the renewable. And now next is the human resource. So human resources, human made resources. We are talking about whatever we made, like we made the computers, the phones, the refrigerators, geysers, air conditioners, etc., etc. So these are the types of resources, and we are going to study next. Okay, so what is non-renewable resource? Non-renewable resource is a limited stock or stock which get exhausted easily, and it is non-renewed up till thousands of years. ओके सो ये बहुत ही लिमिटेड होता है, और अगर एग्जॉस्ट हो गया तो 1000 साल से ज़्यादा लगता है इसे रिन्यू होने में. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव कोल, वी हैव पेट्रोल, वी हैव फॉसिल फ्यूल्स, दैट इज़ नॉन रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. ओके, एंड नेचुरल रिसोर्स ऑल्सो depends on very geographical conditions like the climate, the mountains, the coastal areas, etc., etc. So there is an unequal distribution of resource. Means the distribution of resource, for example, there is metal in somewhere, there is spices in somewhere, there is petrol somewhere, crude oil somewhere, somewhere else there is rock salt or somewhere. So different resources are there which are unequally distributed on the earth due to its varied geographical condition. Now coming on to next is the renewable resource. Okay, so what is renewable resource? It is a form of natural resource, like we have air, water, soil, sunlight, land, and it can be reused because it is unlimited. Okay, so water is not limited, air is not limited, and it can be reused. For example, we have solar energy, wind energy, water energy, forest, air, that is natural resources. Okay, but now due to overuse of fresh water, there is a scarcity of fresh water has started in several areas of like we have some developed area where there is no forest, and that is why the fresh water is very low at that area. So water crisis is being started. Now what is stock? Stock of resource is amount of resource available for the use. For example, we have limited stock of coal, but we have unlimited stock of solar energy. So that is the stock of resource, means the amount of resource available for the use. Now coming on to the next topic is what is human made resource. Human resource is number and ability of people. Okay, now we have number, that is a quantity of people. Okay, so we have the quantity of people, we have different views of people are there, and the ability of people. For example, we have certain mental ability, certain physical ability, which every people is different in them. Okay, now human knowledge and skills make the physical material a valuable resource. For example, you can take a stone, but to give a shape into some into something like a stone is being shaped into various structures. Okay, or a wood is being given into furniture. So what is physical material? Anything which is raw, it is being converted into the valuable resource by the skill and knowledge of human. Okay, now we have certain interdependency, like the farmer grow the crop and scientists find the way how to improve the crop production, how to solve various agriculture problems like the drought problem or the insects problem or the pest problem, by providing certain ways to improve the crop production. So humans are always interdependent, dependent on each other. Now what is HRD? Human resource development, that help us to improve the quality of people's skill so that they are able to create more resource. Okay, so we as an HRD, it is the duty of HRD to improve the quality of people's skill so that they are able to create more resources. Now coming on to next is the technology. So we have human made resources. Technologies is being used to build the building, for a bridge, for roads, for machineries, vehicles, etc., etc. So we have most important human made resources, and we have natural resources, that is a renewable and the non-renewable. So before ending, we should always use very sustainably and balance the use of resources. Education plus health makes people valuable resource. So we must educate ourselves and maintain our health to become a good human resource. Now coming on to conserving of resource. As we are using resources in an exploited manner, And now it's time to just use the resources very carefully and give time to renew it, because even the renewable resource can get exhausted if not used properly. And not we should not waste paper because it comes from tree and save the tree. We should not waste electricity because it comes from the coal and water, that is hydroelectricity, thermal electricity. And so don't waste electricity. Let's conserve water, which is a beautiful renewable resource, but it will get exhausted due to overuse of water. And we should also preserve our mother earth by using paper bags, jute, cloth bags, and reuse and recycle the products. Now coming on to the next topic, which is the sustainable development, which means that careful utilization or use of resource to meet the present requirement and save the resource for future generation. So conserve it for future use by reducing the consumption of the resources. Now we should minimize the natural resource by depletion, by using it less. Conserve the earth vitality and diversity, because we are cutting the trees, so the biodiversity of the earth is also depleting day by day. We have extinct number of animals and plants which is not being now because of huge resource consumption, such as we use the timber consumption, we use it for furniture, etc. So we should not use the forest wood. Now next is improve the quality of life. We have certain quality of life, but it is not good. We should do something which will preserve the land also, and which can sustain this generation as well as the next upcoming generations. And we should care and respect for all the living forms, because we are not only the one which will use it and destroy it. We should always care and respect all the living forms. Next, the changing attitude towards environment. We should conserve environment. We should change our thinking that somebody else will conserve it. No, we are the one, we will conserve the environment. Next is community care for environment. We should enable some community so that it can in a group can conserve the environment. And minimize the environment damage by we have less environment pollution. We should use vehicles lesser. We should conserve life diversity on earth. Okay, so we have a diverse form of we have diverse form of plants, animals, living organisms, those like coral reef which are being conserved right now, so that honeybees, etc., etc. So there are so many animals and plants which we should have to conserve on the earth. And next is sustainable use of the renewable resources also, like we should use minimum amount of water and forest also. And we should not pollute our air or soil by using chemicals and pesticides. So we must use the sustainable use of the resources. So this is about the resource of class 8th geography. I hope you like it. Thank you. If you like my channel, please subscribe to Amplify Studying for more such videos. Thank you.